Alright guys, getting ready to hit the road. Drove about halfway yesterday. Stopped in a place just west of Knoxville, Tennessee. Still got about 8.5 to 9 hours to finish this drive to the James River. James is going to be an interesting place. I've been there a couple times. You know, tidal fisheries I tend to do fairly well on. So really looking forward to this event. You know, I don't really know what to expect. It's been a while since I've been there. I think 2013. I was looking at the stats. Was the last time I was there. A lot's happened since 2013. So, but overall, guys, like, might not be too bad. You know, it's going to be the 4th stop of the Bassmaster Opens this year. Should have been 5th stop, but you know, who's counting? But yeah, I drove through some like crazy rain last night. Yeah, I'm heading there. I'm like, guys, this is a journey. I'm telling you right now, it's a freaking marathon for these Bassmaster Opens. Fishing all 3 divisions this year. Northerns, I think they're called Southerns and Centrals. Yeah, I think it's right. So, yeah, we're gonna get ready to hit the road. And next time you see me, I'm probably gonna be at the James. So I hope y'all stay tuned and y'all like what you see after this. Oh man, I think I missed it. So we just pulled up to a Mexican restaurant. We just got here, checked in the hotel. We're all hangry, and y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Been on the road for like 18 hours. I got my little simple flautas, which is the biggest flautas I've ever seen in my life. That's great.
I love it when I do that.
Yeah, it's like the whole time I'm sitting here talking to the camera like it's rolling and it's not rolling.
I wonder why the light was going off and on. It's blinking now.
Yeah, we're good now. So I've got flautas. They're the biggest flautas ever. I mean, I thought those were burritos. Holman's got beef fajitas.
Pretty standard looking. Pretty standard.
And then you got Matt's conglomerate pineapple stuffed shrimp, scallop, crab. I don't even know what's all up in there. I mean, look at the size of that thing. And then we got these margaritas that are bigger than the chip bowl. So we're living right now. You wouldn't think in Virginia that they would have this good of a Mexican restaurant, but we're gonna give it a test.
It's not even my camera. Hotel life sucks. And I've got your camera, Andrew. I thought it was mine, so here I am recording. Probably cut off my head, but yeah. Hotel life sucks. Room 416. It says sweethearts, not sweethearts. Huh? It says sweethearts, not sweethearts.
XOXO.
I'm so fucking tired.
Dang it, I can't use that.
Let's start.
Look at this hot mess.
There we go. We left some guy on the 4th floor too.
He wasn't happy. Alright guys, made it to the room for the tournament. And I'm just going to go and tell you, Hallman booked us a doozy here. I want you to look at this view first. That's the river. So, and here we are, we're all lined up. And, well, you know, when we got on VRBO, we booked this place. Hallman told me he was so fired up about it. It was like 3/4 of a mile from takeoff, and it's gonna be this great place. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I'm all down with it. He's saying, hey man, we got a camper. I'm like, all right, whatever. I mean, we stayed in a camper. We stayed in a camper in New Henry last year. This is the camper here. You see it has a power switch there, you know, plug. Then it goes over there to the main source of the power, the generator. So we're running a generator this week. Which, I mean, it's one thing to run a generator in a camper, but it's another thing to run a generator to power your boat, charge your boats, and all that fun stuff. So, yeah. It makes a great video. It's going to be interesting. And on top of that, we are dealing with the massive gas shortage all through the East Coast. Hallman, took him a while to get gas. Panger, he got kind of, I'm just going to tell you, lady was very not nice to Panger today at the gas station. I got to see a little brawl ensue and a guy threaten a lady to punch her in the face. You just never know what you're going to see here in Virginia at the James River. So, But yeah, we have a great view at least. I mean, it's a beautiful view. Can't ask for much better than that. But and there's Hallman.
Cameras.
We're cameras and that's where we're staying. We're not allowed to wear shoes inside. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you, Virginia right now. I'm not saying you shouldn't visit here, but it's very interesting. I mean, when they're double masking and face shielding at the gas pumps. I'm not saying COVID's fake. I never will be that person. I've got the vaccine. Not that anybody gives a crap about that. But there's a line of insanity that we're dealing with right now, and it is absolutely ridiculous. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, we're ready to be here at the James. Practice has been good so far. I haven't filmed much because we've been staying at the Hampton Inn. So and that was because our house fell through. But this is a tidal waterway. I'm pretty sure right now is low tide. As you can tell, this is how much the tide fluctuates. So here's the current water level, and it will get all the way up to there. You can actually see it, the water line on the rocks where it was today already. So the tide fluctuates a lot. You know, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in this tidal fisheries, and they're pretty interesting actually. I mean, look at that sand. I mean, it's just a ton of sand and stuff. But it kind of gives you a feel of what goes on and how much water moves. It moves all over the place. So like the James River is the main tributary that we're fishing, and off of it there's a place called the Chickahominy, and the tides are completely opposite there that they are in the James. So when the James River is a high tide, the Chickahominy is a low tide, and it's just really weird. So like you gotta be really smart. You gotta plan out your day perfectly. And we're going to talk more about that, but we're going to cook out tonight. We're going to get all set up and just kind of game plan. I mean, it's a different event already. I mean, so not real sure what to expect, but I expect one thing. We're going to have a good time and hopefully catch some bass. Hope y'all like this video.
Stick his head up?
What are you doing?
You see him?
No. Go get him. Matt's after... What are you after, a woodchuck?
This is as comfortable as I get.
Thought you said they're friendly.
50-50. Oh God, look at that snake skin. I'm done in there. I'm done in there. Look at that snake skin. Go look at that snake skin. I'm dead serious. That thing's like a 7
Oh wow,
foot.
that is a giant one. Look
That's
how
like a
big that
7
is.
foot snake skin.
Look at that thing.
I'm freaking done in there. I'm out.
Can y'all see that? Holy that is a giant snake skin, actually.
We need to move. What? We need to move. That is a monster.
Grab it.
What is it?
The snake skin. Grab it. There ain't no snake attached to it.
No, I know, but I don't want to rip it. I don't want that thing to blow out of here either, like a freaking. Oh, it ripped. Good lord, that thing is like 6 foot long. There's a portion of it. Start doing a dance.
I think he made himself over.
That was real. That was 100% real. I did not see that coming. I thought he was going to poke it in the hole. Where's the woodchuck? He's in there.
You don't want to.
No, because there's also a snake in there. That wasn't that good.
No, it was pretty good, dude. You like, I thought you peed yourself for a second.
Oh, that was good times.
There he is.
There's the woodchuck. There's
that
the
I was
woodchuck.
trying to catch.
Holy shit.
Look
There's
at that
actually a
pelt.
woodchuck.
Yeah. It's like an overgrown chinchilla. Look at that pelt. He owns that wood pile.
That is his.
Are you gonna go catch him?
I bet he eats that snake. I bet he ate that snake.
You
for
gotta
Christmas.
zoom in, Holman.
It's as far as it'll go. That's why I said you have to use Andrew's camera.
Oh, Andrew's camera's fantastic.
It is.
Look at that woodchuck. That is a luscious pelt for early spring. Do you not?
I will give you $5 if you go catch him.
Here, take my camera when you go do it.
Let me put my shoes on.
Go get a close up. There's a woodchuck outside. And Pinger's gonna catch
Where are you alone?
for the close up.
It's the same woodchuck.
Woodchuck wood. Would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How's that go?
I don't know. I thought that was a beaver.
I swear to you, if I finish 40
No, it's a
first,
woodchuck. A woodchuck. Could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck chuck wood could chuck wood?
how
Something
much
like
wood
that.
would a woodchuck chuck? If a
Hey,
woodchuck could
you gotta go
chuck?
How
catch
much
it.
wood would a
Do
woodchuck?
you know how pissed I'm gonna be
That
if
is
I
it.
finish 40
How much
first?
wood would a woodchuck chuck if a
woodchuck
woodchuck could chuck wood?
Well, it was almost there.
It was almost.
I'm gonna be pissed if I get finished 41st and get attacked by a woodchuck. But here we go.
Oh, this. Hey, this is on.
Attack me. I need my phone.
Will it attack?
Will it attack me?
What's that mean?
I mean, wouldn't you say that would mean someone's stuck out there?
I got there looking for somebody.
What do you think it means?
What's that over there? Is that somebody walking?
Walking?
Yeah.
Where? Fire it up, Pinger.
Oh, God. Give her hell.
Give her hail. Give her hail. That's good. Look at that. I need some more wood.
That's the happiest I've been all day.
That
That's
driftwood doesn't burn.
sad.
Driftwood does not burn.
What burn? Where's the wood that we can actually
Wood
make
burns.
it like that?
It's BFE's burn.
They did today.
Burn a hole in that pocket.
We don't got no more wood that'll burn, do we?
All right, guys, rigging up tackle for the day. This is the off day, or not necessarily an off day. I took today off because I didn't want to burn any additional gas because of the gas shortage. But some guys are still out there practicing. I just didn't want to risk it, you know. There's one right there. So guys are out there practicing, doing their deal, and I get it. But I wanted to show you the tide fluctuation. So earlier you saw I was talking about I thought it was at low tide the other day, but look at this. So that's mud. And you can actually kind of see the water line over there on that tree, which was under the water in the earlier part of this video. So that's how much this moves. So I mean, this looked like just a normal river, water and everything, but that's how flat it is right here. I mean, it's just insanely flat. You can see where all the mud is. So it is a challenging fishery. So like say for instance, this bank looks really good. I mean, you got a giant log here, you got some rock, you got some concrete there, you got all these little cool features, but at low tide, it's impossible to fish. So you have to make your decisions based off of the accessibility. Obviously, like, things are flattened out here. There's a lot of mud flats and things, so you have to be really smart. And the bad thing is if the tide starts sucking out and you're on top of those mud flats, you get stuck, at least for a few hours until the tide comes back in. So it's a challenging place. Most tidal fisheries are, but this one in particular is because, unlike a place like the Potomac, you know, Potomac has a lot of hydrilla. You don't have to get up in those mud flats. You can fish a lot of different ways, but here it fishes like more of a tidal river, so you have to be more prepared to catch them that way. So definitely a different experience. So last night, to explain what happened, we stayed in the trailer, and they had the owner of the trailer had the windows down, I'm assuming because he didn't have any electricity, so he was letting some air flow through the trailer. Well, we didn't close the windows. I slept on the couch in the living room, and both windows were down in mine, and I had this constant flow of air coming through. Got down to probably 50 degrees in the trailer, so I froze my butt off. So and I got a little bit of a cold now, so that's just fantastic. But yeah, this week's already turning out to be just a great week. So I hope the tournament turns out better than right now. So thank y'all guys for staying tuned, and I hope y'all enjoy the rest of this video. So guys, I fished for a long time, and what we're dealing with right now with this gas shortage is actually something that I've never had to deal with. Just got a message from Bass, due to the fuel shortage on the East Coast, implement a text registration. So you can either text and say you have gas or you don't, and if you're not able to fish the event because you can't get gas, they're actually going to issue you a refund. So like, that's how serious this is like they're actually willing to give you a refund if you aren't able to get gas. So, I mean, just crazy that this is what we're dealing with right now. I mean, this is for real. Like, I'm not joking about that. There it is right there. I don't know if you can see that. That's Bass's text to us. And, I mean, it's real life, guys. Like, freaking, I mean, we're dealing with this stuff. So, I mean, that's why I didn't practice today. I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble tomorrow, and hopefully it pans out. And so, I don't know. Just wild. This is a very interesting time that we're dealing with. Alright guys, practice is a wrap here at the James. You know, practice was, I don't really know what to call it. Was it good? Was it bad? It was consistent for me. As the week progressed, I figured more and more out. I figured out quite a few things, you know, like I could catch them. I figured out exactly where I felt like these fish were spawning in relation to the river, and how the current flows, and like how they would tuck behind stuff and spawn, and kind of figured it out pretty good. I mean, I got to the point where I could kind of run down the river and say, well, they're going to spawn here, 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 and here, and I could go to those areas and get bit. So I really liked that. I mean, that made me feel a lot better. I have a couple little oddball things, but for the most part, I gotta keep a flipping stick in my hand with a rage bug and a rage crawl, and that's just what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm not, and that's not some sponsor push. It's just the fact that that's what I'm catching them on. Like, I literally had to order some more rage bugs because I didn't have any, or hardly any left. In that particular color, I'm throwing Okeechobee crawl, and I don't think it really matters because, like, Hallman's flipping green pumpkin, and I mean, I got bit on sapphire blue. I got bit on all kinds of different colors, but I just liked I don't know, I just have this affinity with Okeechobee crawl. I've always liked the color a lot. So that or Bama bug, you know, those are two of my favorite colors. I like the contrasting sides, you know, the full blue flash and the green pumpkin. I think it works really well. Just kind of throw some contrast in the water when it's falling. So I'm a bit stuffy this morning, and I think it's only because allergies or something just kicking up. But yeah, like, excited to get out there, a bit nervous because I want to have a good event. But yeah, practice was good. It was hard. You know, tidal fisheries are some of the most difficult places you could ever go to. You know, it's not like a regular lake. You know, a regular lake, if I want to figure out the flipping bite, I'll just go flipping all day. Literally the entire day. You don't have to worry about water coming up or going down. Like, it's consistent. So I can practice it all day. You know, or if I want to go crank, I can crank all day. Or, you know, things like that. Well, in the tidal fisheries, the water comes up 2 feet. You only have a certain amount of hours window to even get a bite, you know, and to flip. And then when it drops, literally where you were flipping has no water on it anymore. So you've got to be really smart about how you adjust to practice. And even then, like, you've got to look at the tides, like what you have coming in the tournament in comparison to what you have in practice. Because, hell, you can go out there at 6 o'clock in the afternoon and you have let's say, for instance, a high tide, and you get 20 bites. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to bust them in this tournament. And then you look at the tournament schedule for the tides, and the high tide, you don't even get it in the tournament. Like, it might not even exist in the tournament. And you're like, well, crap, it's wasted. It's a wasted, like, practice right there. And the first day I figured out how to catch these fish in the high tide. But then I looked at the tide charts and I was completely just like, crap. You know, because, I mean, I knew there was no high tide where I was running to, so that made it a little bit stressful. But, you know, I'm not real sure. I think it'll be a good tournament, though. I think I figured out how to catch them throughout the tides, and I think that's important, is to figure out how to catch fish when it doesn't matter what the tide is, and to kind of adjust on the fly based on the tide, but still do the same technique. You know, I've come here before and I finesse fished, and that's kind of my game a lot of times. But in this situation, it kind of scared me a bit, because one of the last times I came here, I think I finished like in the 50s, and I kept a spinning rod in my hand majority of the time, and I lost a lot of big fish, and I fell to 56th, you know. And you get around these docks with barnacles, because I mean, we're here on the ocean basically, and you have all these barnacles and stuff on the docks, and basically any piece of cover, and your line touches it, it snaps just instantly. So it's kind of a frustrating deal. And this time I wanted to keep myself in areas where I could have big line, big bait, big rod, and not worry about that. And that's exactly what I did. So we'll see if it works. I mean, there's always a strategy every time you come to bass fishing, so maybe this strategy will work out this week. I got a good feeling about it, though. So maybe this good feeling will translate into a good tournament. But guys, thank y'all for watching this travel and practice vlog. I hope y'all enjoy these videos. If you can, hit that sub button, share this with a friend, especially one that might be coming to the James River. And you're going to get to see some shenanigans and just some difference that we go through. So thank y'all for watching, guys, and I hope y'all enjoy the next video.